what is your thoughts on like electronic umpires? Like, are you more of kind of an old head where you kind of want to see that stay in the game, or you want?
Yeah, I'm a little bit more old headish with that. I think that there's what I would personally like, because I think like with the way that a game flows, having like a actual figured person there to control it is going to be needed.
And I think it's important for like close calls.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that that's certainly like a good idea to have, like, you know, like, because like
that can be a constant, is like the strike zone, right?
Yeah. Like, we can have an ability to say like, hey, like people like this that make the umpire scorecards that have these tools to show you where the ball is in the zone based off of where. I don't know if it's just a graphic they put together, if they actually have like censored analytical data to be able to track where a pitch is. Well, we have that already with StatCast, right? We have those electronic strike zones where we can have something that says like, if in case need be, you can be like, oh, I'm not sure that ball was really close. And even if it's a sensor in your pocket as the umpire, and then they can have that additional call made up. Because obviously we don't care about, all the big calls that we care about are the ones that are questionable, right?
Yeah.
The ones on the edge of the zone, inside out part of the plate, top, bottom. Like, edges is the only thing that matters that we're arguing about really in the game of baseball when it comes to strikes and balls. Now, obviously, if there's somebody that is not calling those, then, or anything inside the box, that tells a different story.
Yeah.
But in the reality of it is, when you have those tools available, and I think it's a great idea to make it from bottom level minor up to top. You kind of go from the experiment of the bottom part of the league, and then you can move it up if it succeeds. Because if you use it in single A, no harm, no foul, right? Or rookie league or whatever. Because these guys are still trying, like they're still trying to get to the major leagues as a whole, and it's not going to be the same impact as AAA, right? Because you don't have guys potentially going back and forth there. If you're in single A, you're not going to make. If you're in single A, you're not getting to the major leagues
unless you're a Torkelson, or like a guy who has like a crazy amount of hype when he's going into single A, and like he's probably going to move up really fast.
Sure.
Then like it's not going to be a big deal, because a lot of those guys, especially like if you look at the Whitecaps, like the Tigers, like single A team that's in Grand Rapids, like there's guys that have been there for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So like when you have those guys who are probably going to stay there for a while and are going to be there, like it's not that big a deal when you're like kind of experimenting, because it's not going to affect them super much. But I get what you're saying, especially with like AAA. Like you have guys bouncing back and forth. Like you don't really want to mess up anything, so that way like they kind of it could negatively affect their statistics that can kind of make it so that way they get sent down.
Yeah. It's low risk when you do it at single double A.
And low risk, high reward, honestly.
And then if you figure out that, hey, yeah, this is working, then you move it up to double A. Then if they like it, then you go up to triple A. Then you do. Then it goes to the major leagues. I don't like the fact that we're trying stuff at triple and double A because of your what you mentioned, that crossover.
Low A and high A is like the perfect spot.
Yes, exactly. Because that's not like, the baseball is good.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to see the Torkelsons. We're going to see those guys move up, like Dylan Dingler, and eventually Parker Meadows will move up, I think, by the end of the season for sure, from the single A to double. But you have those guys. It's not necessarily the same baseball as much as it is entertainment.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? You're not necessarily going there to see, oh my gosh, Miguel Cabrera, right, in the major leagues. Oh my gosh, Riley Green's playing for the Mud Hens, right? Like, you're not looking, like, obviously Torkelson was a different story, right? That's once in a lifetime when you get a number 1 pick. But when you go there, it's for the experience.
You're more there just to experience a ball game.
Yeah, it's not going to be the full aspect of a major league game. Instead, it's more entertainment-wise as opposed to the game itself. Not necessarily saying that it's completely an entertainment scheme. That's not even close to what I'm saying. But there's more emphasis on the entertainment in those lower levels. You can consider like the team that goes viral, the Savannah Bananas or whatever, where they're like playing in skirts and stilts and like these really weird.
It's more of a show.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point.